Hello my viewer, this is Phylis, and again it is Sign with Phylis. I hope you have really enjoying the last episodes that you have been learning together, and I hope you remember what we learned last week about the definition of terms in sign language. And this is part 2. This is just a continuation of what we learned last week. So what we learned last week, it was on definition of terms, concept used in sign language, and I hope you have understood the concepts, all the definition terms that we use in sign language. And today this is just the continuation, and where we left from last week, it was on total communication. And we named the components of total communication. We listed down. So today what we listed down, and I hope you remember what we listed down in total communication, so we can define them one by one. So I'll just give it a quick review of what we listed down on total communication. So total communication is a term used in sign language, and we define the total communication. But today, under the total communication, we listed down some components that entails in total communication. So let me just take you through what we learned before I start giving a definition of terms. So we listed on natural signs, eye contact, bliss symbols, cued speech, pointing, amplification, spoken language, pantomime, mimicry, sign language, pictograms, writing stroke braille, and then sign system, and then we have finger spelling. So those are the components that we learned in total communication. But today I'm going to define those terms so that you can understand what it really entails in total communication. I hope you will understand and you will enjoy more. So for more episodes, if you want to watch what I taught last week, you can just go to our YouTube channel, that is Imani Television. You can just catch the episodes there. Then on Sign with Phylis, on my YouTube, again Sign with Phylis, you can catch the episodes there and continue learning more and more. Welcome. Again, I say welcome. So today we are going to define the terms in total communication, the components in total communication. So we will start with finger spelling. So what is finger spelling? Finger spelling. This is the finger spelling in sign language. When I do that, this is the sign for finger spelling. This is the sign for finger spelling. So finger spelling or manual alphabet is a representation of letters of the alphabet using the fingers. It is a signing system in which each letter of the alphabet is represented by its own sign. And there are two types of finger spelling. We have two types of finger spelling. That is one-handed finger spelling, one-handed manual alphabet. We have one-handed manual alphabet, and then we have two-handed manual alphabet. We have one, and then you have two-handed manual alphabet. So the two-handed system is used in England, Australia, and New Zealand. That is the two-handed manual alphabet. It is used in England, Australia, and New Zealand, while the one-handed system is used in Kenya, United States, Ireland, Singapore, the Philippines, among others. In South Africa, both one and two-handed alphabets are used. Okay, so in Kenya we use the one-handed manual alphabet. One-handed manual alphabet. What do I mean by saying one-handed manual alphabet? This is how we sign letters using sign language, like this letter A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. This is 100 manual alphabet, but 200 manual alphabet, I think you go with both hands. If it is A, maybe A, B, like that, they go both hand, they do with both hands. But in Kenya, we just use the 100 manual alphabet. Okay, I hope you have understood what finger spelling is and what it entails, and I hope we'll learn more and we'll continue practicing more in learning in finger spelling, and then the other things that you want to know more in finger spelling. So our next word is sign language. What is sign language? So sign language is a language that uses manual symbols to represent ideas and concepts. The term is generally used to describe the language used by people with hearing impairment, in which both manual and non-manual signs as well as finger spelling are employed. Because it is culturally and environmentally based, every country has its own sign language. Every country has its own sign language. For example, Kenya Sign Language, KCL. In Kenya Sign Language, in short form, we say KCL. In Kenya Sign Language, in Kenya, American Sign Language and Irish Sign Language are used in Kenya. So America and Ireland respectively. As in the case in spoken language, sign language differs from one region to another. So sign language differs from one region to another. What do we mean differs? It differs sometimes with the different signing of the words. You can find maybe in Kikuyu how they carry their luggage. It is maybe on their bags. But when you come in Luya land, the luggage you carry like this. This is how you carry your luggage. But in Kikuyu land, you carry on your back. That is how different, how the language differ in different regions. So our next word is mimicry. What is mimicry? Mimicry. So mimicry is the use of facial expression and body language to convey a message, or the meaning. For example, we can express our emotions and feelings by wearing different faces, such as smiling to indicate pleasure, frowning to show displeasure, and then or wearing a long face when gloomy, So mimicry is the use of facial expression and body language to convey meaning. For example, I cannot say that I'm sad and I'm smiling. I'm sad. I'm sad. No, the facial expression cannot accompany the word smiling. So when you smile, yes, just smile with your facial expression showing that you're smiling. And then when you laugh, just laugh. When you are sad, just be sad and gloomy, frowning. Yeah, that is how mimicry is, to convey the meaning. Facial expression to convey the meaning of the word. What is body language? So body language is a term for communication that uses movements or gestures instead of or in addition to sounds, verbal language, or other communication. It also incorporates the use of facial expressions. So how can you understand body language? In our daily lives, we encounter many forms of body language gestures. So here are a few examples. One body language signal is when a person crosses his or her arms across the chest. This can indicate that a person is putting up an unconscious barrier between themselves and others. It may also indicate that a person is feeling cold. When the overall situation is amicable, it can mean that a person is thinking deeply about what is being discussed. So, but in a serious or confrontational situation, it can mean that a person is expressing opposition. This is especially so if a person is running away from the speaker. So our next is a harsh or a blank facial expression indicates outright hostility. A person who displays such an expression is certainly not friendly. Consistent eye contact can indicate that a person is thinking positively of what the speaker is saying. Boredom is indicated by tilting the head to one side or by the eyes looking straight at the speaker but becoming slightly unfocused. We go to our next term is speech reading stroke lip reading. Speech reading stroke. So speech reading, often called lip reading, is ability to perceive speech by watching the movements of a speaker's mouth by observing all other visual clues including facial expressions and gestures. When communicating with a hearing impaired learner who depends on speech or on lip reading, there are rules you should observe. So here are some of the rules of speech reading. Maintain eye contact when talking to the learner. Always face the source of light. So face the source of light and not to the dark side. And then do not talk while the face is turned away. You cannot talk while the face is turned away like this and the person is straight on looking onto you. And then speak more deliberately and slower than usual. Keep your face at the same level with the learner. Keep your face. Your face should be looking together like this, facing each other. So keep your face at the same level with the learner. So do not be more than 2 meters away from the learner. Do not be more than 2 meters from the learner. And then do not cover your mouth while speaking because the learner is lip reading. When someone is lip reading, you cannot cover your mouth. He will not, or he or she will not lip read what you are saying. And then speak naturally without exaggerating. Speak naturally without exaggerating lip movement. Stop the exaggeration when you are speaking to the learner. So eye contact. Our next one is eye contact. So eye contact is one of the most important features of communication, especially during sign language communication. For example, in a conversation with another signer, maintaining eye contact gives the listener attention. Looking away may indicate a pause. Eye contact is very important in speech stroke lip reading. So our next word is pantomime. What is a pantomime? So a pantomime is a sequence of events described through the use of gestures, body language, and facial expressions without speech or signs. For example, a person drawing water from a well. Drawing water from a well can just you can just describe the event, what the person is doing. Maybe you can go, you can find an accident has happened. You can just see the events and just see what has happened. So pantomime instill in the learners with the hearing impairment aspect of sequence. So our next word is reading stroke writing stroke braille. Hearing impaired learners who are illiterate can communicate through reading and writing. You can communicate with them through letters, email, mobile. In a classroom situation, you can communicate with the hearing impaired learner by writing down what you want to communicate, and he will respond to you through writing. We have point to note. There are some learners with hearing impairment who also have visual problems. So for such learners, you can use the tactile approach and braille to communicate with them. This is the point to note. So we go to our next term is cued speech. What is cued speech? Cued speech is an oral method which uses a set of hand cues with speech. The hand cues are used near the mouth to overcome the problem of lip reading, where some sounds are identical or are impossible to see. When lip reading, many words look alike on the lips. For example, they they have the same lip shape and the lip movement. They have the same lip shape and then lip movement. Lip shape and lip movement. For example, dip and tip. Dip and tip. D and T. So look alike on the lips. In order to clarify the meaning, you need to finger spell. You can cue the person you are talking by finger spelling the first letter in each syllable as you pronounce the word simultaneously. You finger spell the word simultaneously as you are giving the sign, as you are reading or lip reading the words that are cued, like the dip and the tip. So our next word is pointing. How is pointing used in sign language? Pointing is sign language used for reference and placement. For example, if you are communicating in Kenya Sign Language about a third person who is with you, you will refer to the person by first pointing at him, then expressing the communication. You can also show the position of a person or object by pointing. So our next word is natural signs. Natural signs are the hand shapes and movements we use in everyday life to communicate. Examples of natural signs, maybe it is the sign maybe come. The example of come. Natural sign, just do it, come. What we use at home, come. Okay, run. Those are the natural sign. Bye bye. Bye bye. Like that. So my viewer, I hope you have understood the definition terms. It is that is under total communication. You have really learned something, and I hope you'll grasp and continue learning more and more. So just follow us on our Imani televisions on Friday. This program will be aired on Friday, that is 7:30 p.m. Just be seated and enjoy as you learn more sign language, and God will bless you so much. Thank you. Let us meet on the next episode that is coming up for you. Love you.